5, 4, 3, 2. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on a Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Hello, guys.
I'm blind.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kieran. I was trying to think of something funny. I couldn't.
That's fine. I'm still Jack.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We came back last week.
Yeah. This timeline's going to be so...
This timeline's
ballsed.
fucked. Yeah.
Right. I do want to preface that
Yeah.
before we start.
Yeah.
So there is a video that was also recorded in October. I'm going to be just transparent about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot's gone on.
We might talk about it in last week's episode. I mean, we don't know yet. We haven't filmed it yet.
The timeline's balls. But anyway, yeah, we'll preface that at one point. But there is a video.
Maybe last week we already mentioned
but
it.
But if I haven't already mentioned it, or you haven't already mentioned it, there's a video we recorded in October.
Yeah.
And just haven't had the time to get around to getting it out.
Yeah.
But usually
Yeah.
we'd kind of maybe scrap it because it's been too long. However, I think we're both very proud of the video, so it will be out.
It's stupid as fuck.
But that's the best type of video.
But that's the videos we love doing. Like, yes. And I'll mention this in the chat shit. Or, I mean, you would know if you watched last week's episode that
which
you've already seen it.
Isn't recorded.
We haven't recorded it yet, but I know what the schedule's going to be. So
That's
fuck
true.
you. Today, though, guys, we're doing something a little bit different. We've never said that before, have we? We're doing something a little bit different.
Said that.
Let
me say it. I've never said it before.
Go on, you say it.
Guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different.
Shut the fuck up. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I kind of had the idea. It's by no means is it unique at all. I just thought it'd be quite funny to do.
Nothing ever is, though. You take an idea. Originality is very hard to come by.
Yeah.
So you kind of take an idea and put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Or in this case, you just do it the exact same as other people do.
In this circumstance, we don't change anything. We follow the formula.
Back to formula.
So today, guys, we're going to be doing Reddit stories. Are you a big person for Reddit?
No, not really.
Neither am I. I've got it downloaded.
If I'm being 100% honest, my social media presence has like shrunk not ever so slightly since about lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
God, we gotta get the COVID reference. Yeah, but since then, I like basically equipped most of them. I only got one or two of them back for more professional stuff, like one for like potentially voice acting. By the way, if you need someone for voice acting,
I'm your man.
He's the man. I just have the account.
I mean, like,
popular.
Because I thought, I don't know if I can say it or not. I thought Reddit was just mainly for, like,
corn
on the cobs.
I don't know.
I know some people, like, had it. Like, wait, hold on, no, wait. Like, no, they didn't have it because, like, they I mean, they probably, let me stop. This has got off the rails already.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
So, I'd say without further ado, let's read some Reddit stories.
Yes.
Let's
Let's read some corn stories.
So, these stories, neither of us have seen yet, so we're going into these blind. I've asked someone to send me over a bunch of stories, and we're going to actually look at them now for the first time. So, like, we're both going into us blind, which is...
Wouldn't be the first time.
No.
That's why I got the glasses on. I don't want to be blind no more.
I can't see!
I told you, I can't see. See?
Let's read some... Oh, should we have, like, a graphic? Reddit stories! There's going to be no graphic there.
Good.
Because...
Just
I
go
don't
on
want
iMovie. Just put...
Or just, like, pop, like, the falling from the sky. Reddit stories. We're starting off with, am I the asshole? Am I the... Yes. Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law I want to fuck her son? Oh, so my mother-in-law...
You want to fuck brother-in-law?
Wait, what? So my mother-in-law is...
There's the hierarchy of...
So she's telling the mother that she wants to fuck her husband.
Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law I want to fuck her son?
Which is like...
Yes! I believe so. Next bank.
Let me read it.
Go on then. Try and persuade me.
Well, hold on. So telling my mother-in-law that... So the son is her husband?
No.
No, so the son...
No, the son... It's the son of the mother-in-law, so it's his brother-in-law, or her brother-in-law, or their brother-in-law.
Hold on, Dead Rising music. So say, like, if we got married...
Aye. Continue.
I'm keeping that in.
You got it.
So we're trying to, like, work it out ahead without reading the story. So my 28 female husband... Oh, there we go! Yeah! That doesn't answer anything.
No, that really doesn't.
So my 28 female husband, 31 male, had to spend 2 months in a different state for work. He came back 9 days ago. I'm obviously thrilled that he's back, and I've missed him a lot. I was hoping we'd be able to spend some time together, just the two of us. However, his mom, 56 female, came over when he was supposed to come home. I was slightly annoyed, but I know she was as excited for her son to come back. However, she never left. Right. Like, I was prepared to deal with her being there for a day or two, but no, 9 days. I see where this is going now. Because she's been here for 9 days, we haven't had a second of time together. She insists on staying here instead of a hotel. For the record, she lives an hour away. The guest room is right next to ours, and the walls are thin. When the two of us go out, she comes with us. Or makes one of us stay with her, because otherwise we would be bad hosts. Bad hosts. She follows us around the house constantly. We want to cuddle and watch movies. She's sitting in the armchair. Right. We want to go to a romantic restaurant. Better make that a table for 3. We even left her in the living room to go chat in our room, and she follows us. Right, okay, so I can see where this is going to. So they just want like a bit of privacy between them two.
I got that. I'm curious.
Where's it going to? Because
it seems more like, am I the arsehole for wanting time with my husband and his mum leaving the picture? That's what it sounds like so far. But there's clearly more to it.
Well, apparently she's going to tell her that she wants to fuck her son. I hope she words it in that way, that she goes, I want to fuck your son. Earlier today, I just asked her to leave, even though both of us have been hinting that she needs to go. Right, so the husband and the wife are hinting that she needs to leave.
I've not read it a lot more.
Yeah.
But the way... read the title one more time. Literally...
Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law I want to fuck her son?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misunderstood the title completely.
Was you thinking?
I was thinking...
Yeah.
That she wants... Fucking hell. Because it's worded so weird. It's like I maybe would have worded it like, am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law that I want to...
Fuck my husband.
Because to me, the
but
way
I hope she says,
but
I want to fuck your son. The way it's presented,
at least because I just read it fucking wrong or heard it wrong.
Yeah.
I thought she like wanted to fuck the mother and another son.
I mean, then you're definitely the asshole for that.
Yeah, but this I actually might eat my words, yeah. So continue.
She kept saying she wasn't ready to go yet and wanted more time with her son. Even then, it's been 9 days. Like, yeah. So let me double check. How long? Oh, so it's been 2 months. So like, I can get it, like that she wants to spend time with her son, but like, it's the wife. Like, obviously they would go from literally living together and spend every single day with each other.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We need more context.
We need more context.
It's going to turn out now. She's like, I pulled the Glock out of my mother-in-law.
I'm going to fuck your son! She kept saying she wasn't ready to go yet and wanted more time with her son. I tried telling her we wanted some alone time. I told you, corn. I tried telling her...
That's what she tried.
I tried telling her we wanted some alone time, and she kept insisting that she join us. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
could you imagine?
Okay, the mother-in-law is
it's like,
something else.
We want to spend some alone time. It's like,
can I join?
let me join you, sweetheart.
Make that a three-way.
Finally, I snapped and said, since you seem to be oblivious, I will put this bluntly. I want to fuck your son. If you don't want to see or hear, then you need to leave. I know this isn't the classiest response ever, but I was sexually frustrated. It doesn't say sexually.
I was about to say, gotta preface.
It doesn't say. It just says frustrated. But I can get like, you haven't had sex for you haven't had sex for a bit. I'm not. You know that feeling when you haven't had sex for a while?
Yeah.
Should we be saying this on YouTube?
We literally just said about fucking it. She wants to fuck her son.
Yeah, I know, but now we're talking about us having sex. No, wait, hold on.
Whoa. I understand completely. I get it. There can be points, right? But
Yeah.
in the case of the context with this, is the opportunity is there. She wants to engage in coitus, as they say, with her husband.
Right.
Rightfully so. The two consenting adults that both want to do it. Then more than
Why not do it?
Cool. However,
make it a 3-way.
Make it a 4-way.
Who's the 4th?
I don't fucking know. Someone else. The fucking dad, I guess. Oh God. Anyway. Now it's fucked. Now we've ruined it.
Yeah.
In the context of this, I actually have a defense for her because obviously she shouldn't. She didn't need to go and say, "I want to fuck your son's brains out." Basically,
right.
I think the husband should have taken the initiative there and gone, "Ma'am, me and Francine, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
We want some time,
to ourselves.
And this is how he could have approached her. And I think he should have done it. It is his mother at the end of the day. I think he should have gone, yeah, so, me and Francine, it's not her name, but me and Francine, we just want some alone time. It's been 2 months, you know what I mean? And she goes, oh, yeah, but I want to see you more. Right, I got an idea, ma'am.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Off you fuck.
Off you fuck. So what he could have said was, all right, no, I understand that, ma'am, and I have missed you too while I've been away. However, I'll tell you what.
I haven't had a moment to, spend time with my wife.
Yeah, and what he could say is,
off is the direction you should fuck!
She's like, oh, well, I want to spend time. No, fuck that!
Blood.
But yeah, no, what he could have genuinely just said is, look, no, I understand that. I've missed you too. I missed the whole family and all that. How about on the weekend, me and you go out for some brunch or some lunch? Or go out for some breakfast? Or go
How
out for
about
a
me
nice
and you
walk?
have some alone time, though?
But yeah, I think he could have done it like that. Because the problem is now, we don't know the relationship that existed before between the mother-in-law and...
It gets worse.
Oh, God.
So we haven't even finished yet. The story's so good.
It's just deep in analytical speak, yeah?
So we finally got to have our alone time, but now she has blown up both our phones. She is saying that I am disgusting and have no respect for her, her son, or myself. She keeps telling my husband that he shouldn't be with someone so crude, and how dare he let me speak to her like that. I know that what I said was really inappropriate, so am I the asshole?
No.
I wouldn't say so.
No.
I
don't even think she said it. Obviously, it's not ideal to say it like that. However, if you're not going to take a fucking hint, if the husband wasn't going to do anything, and you're not going to take a hint as the mother, because the mother's like, oh, so crude. I'm like, woman, how did you conceive your son? How did it happen? She's like, no, stalk. Flew me in.
Baby Jesus.
Baby
Miracle.
Jesus. Ride in the stalk.
Or
whatever stalks do.
You know when Stone Cold he crashes ATV? That's how
babies are delivered. Austin rides up on the ATV.
I wouldn't say that they're the asshole for it, because if you're trying to be
the
nice,
mother-in-law is the asshole for it. Don't get me wrong. I
wouldn't
like
even
to
say
know.
she's the asshole. I think if she's being blind to the situation, don't get me wrong. I don't think you can tell.
She could be lonely. She genuinely.
Yeah, because we don't know where's the dad. She
might have lost her
situation.
husband.
Yeah, where is the dad?
Now we're getting the proper deep philosophical.
Now we're getting deep. This is the content you wanted to see. Because we don't know where the dad is. Because like you said, the dad could have unfortunately passed away.
Or they're not together.
Or not together.
And she's lonely.
That's her fault then. Get back on yours.
Get back on the... Give me the horse thing.
I would say that I don't think she's asked. Maybe the approach she came at it, like, I get being frustrated. You just want to spend time with your husband. Like, you haven't seen him for 2 months, and like every second of the day. But don't get me wrong. At the same time, in non-PG terms, like, you can be kind of quiet. Like, I know the walls are super thin, but like,
no, like, I understand that, but that's, you know, you got to respect the common courtesy that especially the woman in this situation had, where she's going, listen, right, you know, it's your mother. I want to be respectful. I know it's our home. However, I don't want to be, you know, clanging and banging next door while your mum's there fucking playing, you know, doing a crossword puzzle.
Shag.
Nine down, Coronation Street.
So there's an update here.
Oh.
So after reading these comments, I will definitely let my husband know that he needs to step up.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
That's what I said.
I agree that it should have been him who made her leave. Yeah.
Ow.
I love him to death and want to be accommodating to his fear of making her angry. She's nasty when she's angry and will turn his whole family against him.
Oh, Christ, now we got a serious bit of lawyer.
However, he needs to set some boundaries. So, I'm glad that she's kind of, like, made him aware now. It's like, listen, you need to step up.
Yeah, but also maybe the way that is worded is maybe she did say initially, oh, can you have a word with your mum? And he was like, don't want
to. Someone said NTA. I don't know what that means.
Not the arsehole.
Not the arsehole. That's smart.
Thank you.
I
don't have a degree for nothing.
Oh, I get it now, because not the arsehole. Crass. Yes. What the fuck is crass?
Like,
it's like grass, but like.
Oh, it's crass, as in, like, you know, when like someone watches someone like South Park and they see the human, right. It's rather crass.
So they said crass, yes. Assholish, no. Why don't you and your husband have any boundaries with this woman?
Why don't you and your husband fuck?
What?
Why don't you and your husband just fuck?
Why don't you just... Let's get it on.
Get it over with.
Why don't you and your husband have any boundaries with this woman? You're both adults, letting her treat you like naughty teenagers. Okay. She can insist on staying with you all she wants. It's your house and your choice who stays there, and if you don't want her there, tell her no. So, there is more to this, but I feel like, going back to the husband now, I feel like it's a case of, oh, but it's my mum, I don't really want to, like, push her out.
Yeah, but also, with the context now of she's the type of person to go, well, you don't want me in the house, I'm going to turn the whole family against you.
Like, that's asshole-ish.
That's very asshole-ish, that is, I gotta be honest.
And why is she staying indefinitely instead of being pre-planned and everyone knows arrival and departure dates? Why didn't you bother hinting at all instead of just being direct from the beginning? I don't like his response. He's being kind of like, this is your fault.
No, and like I said, I think the established thing is, the mother should know better.
Yeah, like if
she's lived life. It's not like she's lived in a...
How old did she... 56?
Yeah, she's lived enough life to know.
Yeah.
Like, social cues.
They then said, and how was your husband responding to it, blowing up your phones and calling you names? He should be telling her he won't allow her to speak to his wife like this, and laying down firm boundaries for future visits so this doesn't happen again.
I agree.
Yeah,
I do agree.
I definitely think the husband needs to
step up.
Fuck me, why we? Like, it's like we're giving a relationship advice now.
Yeah, I'm the last person to give it.
I definitely think I get like a bond between a mother and a son, but like.
Yeah, but there's a bond, and then there's
a line.
Overbearing.
Yeah, there's a line, and this has been crossed.
Yeah, and I think, like we said,
like a couple of days.
He hasn't got to excommunicate his mum, but all he's got to just, like you said there, or they said there, you got to establish the ground rules. Just say, look, ma'am, or if they had the discussion beforehand, look, mum's not really a big fan of hotels. If she did say this is just all.
Even if it's a case of the son saying, listen, you can come back tomorrow night or whatever.
For like 2 nights, but if you want to spend a bit more time with us, you gotta go to an hotel for the next like 5 nights.
Even then, it's like, even if it's a case of, just say, mum, listen, mom,
I haven't
listen,
like,
we have no, because they even said they had no problem her staying there.
Yeah.
They said, listen, we haven't spent a night together for like 2 months and you've been here for almost 2 weeks now, do you mind if I'll pay for the hotel? You can, not too far, just so we can have a nice night away. We can go out for dinner just for us to catch up on how everything is and, just try and not rekindle the spark, but like just spend time together. Just spend time alone together.
That just hits the nail on the head further, though. This could have come down to a simple: the husband
just talked to the mother, because plain and simple.
It's his man at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that if it's a case of the son talked to the mother from the get go, like I said, not even a case of it being like, because don't get me wrong, like 9 days is a long time, especially like you haven't seen your husband, you just want to spend a day with him. It's like he hasn't even got to be anything like romantic or anything. It's like, oh, we just want to go like for a walk down the park, feed the fucking ducks. Like, do they have ducks in America?
Yeah, they got ducks in America.
I don't know. You've been? Have they got ducks? Did you see a duck in Vegas?
Yeah, it was one on the fucking slots.
It's like, yeah, there's something similar. Like, oh, we'll go out, and obviously later we go back home and let's get it home.
Yeah, but everything you're saying there is exactly what we said from the start. Is basically this woman just. I don't think she should have been put in that position. If it was her mother, I'd say, she did all she could.
Then it's a different story.
But it's his mother, and I think, what, how old are they?
She's 28, he's 31.
Yeah, so they're only a few years older than us.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I say not definitely not.
Not by any stretch.
No. Yeah, either way, not the arsehole.
Not arsehole.
Not arsehole. Hole. Oh, there's three. Oh, arsehole. Not arsehole. So, the next story we got is, today I fucked up by throwing my steak out a window.
As you do.
I'm very intrigued by the title. Like,
I do like a good steak.
But why is it being thrown out of a window? Today I fucked up by throwing my steak out a window. Last night, my wife's boss from her brand new job invited her over for dinner. On the drive over, my wife reiterated many times to me just how important it is to make a good impression. I scoffed and arrogantly informed my silly wife that I always make good impressions. So, he's the arsehole.
Right.
Do you reckon it's the same,
oh my god, it's the husband.
Could you imagine?
It's just the same couple, they just air all their grievances on Reddit.
They're just like,
I can't believe this. First off, she won't fuck. Second off, she had to go at my mum. And third off, she made me throw a fucking steak out the window. It's the worst weekend ever.
This is the worst 10 days of my life. This
is fucking day 11.
My mum came with us now. Could you imagine? Like,
she was pissed that I was beating my meat in the front seat.
I was beating my steak in the front.
She made me throw it out the window.
I was like, Mum, that's my dick.
That's my dinner.
It's just my dinner.
His own dick.
My wife's boss is a single lady in her 50s. My wife's...
It is the mother.
Right.
It is the mother. Yeah. She was in her 50s. It's all connected.
Oh my fucking god.
The runs deep.
So it was just the three of us. I thought I said we chatted shit.
Like, did you now?
That's what we do. We chit-chatted over drinks and salads and seemed to be really hitting it off. Oh my god, they can have a three-way?
Mate.
Oh my god. Okay. Continue. She laughed at my well-timed, perfectly appropriate joke.
She laughed at my well-timed lobbing of the steak.
Say, wait!
Oh my goodness, your husband's a hoot.
She laughed at my well-timed, perfectly appropriate jokes, and my wife seemed pleased. Soon, she brought out the main course. A nice, big, juicy steak for each of us. As I began to cut into my steak, I was discouraged to discover how undercooked the steak was. Okay. Now, I've had my fair share of rare steak. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. This was several minutes on a hot grill short of rare. See, I don't get steaks. I'm a vegetarian. Sorry, brother.
We're going to have to bring this up in the chat shit that's already been recorded.
Yes.
Steaks. Just note it down. Steaks.
This was several minutes on a hot grill, short of rare. I probably could have resuscitated.
That's good. I like that.
What's that thing?
He was right about his jokes. Decent.
They are perfectly well done. What's that one before? It's like Gordon Ramsay. No, it's like, oh no, it's fucking. Oh, this steak is so like rare. It's still fucking mooing or some shit like that. Anyway, I probably could have resuscitated the cow.
That's a belt, alright. I really like that. He's actually redeemed himself because the way he was talking about himself earlier, he sounded like a massive knob.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, my jokes are class.
My jokes are class. I'm class. My wife, she's alright.
She's alright.
And the boss, what a batlax.
Fucking hell, my mum. I mean, my boss.
Wouldn't surprise me if his fucking mum's his boss, to be fair.
Instead, I sat there fidgeting with my knife and fork, worrying about how I was going to get away with not eating the steak. Claim veganism? No. I'd already feigned great enthusiasm upon seeing the steak. Just then, our hostess excused herself to the kitchen to take care of some dessert preparations. As I looked across the fancy dining room table at the open window of the third-story apartment...
I knew I had to jump.
I knew it was all over. A cartoon light bulb appeared over my head. I knew I had to be decisive, realising that she could return at any moment. I committed. I grabbed the steak with my hand, gently shook off the juice, and executed a perfect throw right
What is this guy's fucking thing? Everything is perfect. Except his steak.
I am just perfect. This is shit. I executed a perfect throw right through the centre of the open window. Here's the big time fuck up. The window wasn't open.
You're fucking perfect. You're telling me this geezer, right, who's constantly like, yeah, basically everything I do, I can drive with my dick.
Can't tell that if a window is open or not.
He's like, what is this force field surrounding?
You know when fucking dogs like walk like into like the windows?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's him.
You sure this isn't a dog writing this story?
No, because a dog would have eaten the steak.
Yeah, in all fairness, that's fair. That's the only proof we have.
The window wasn't open. It was the cleanest freaking window you've ever seen in your life. That is until my until my mostly raw slab of steak slammed up against it and slowly slid down, leaving a trail of bloody juice in its wake. My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and was unaware of my predicament, turned, jaw dropped, and stared at me like I was an alien from another planet. This look then slowly morphed into more of a "there is no place on this planet you can ever hide me from" expression of a demonic anger. My wife's boss heard the thud of the steak on the window. You can just imagine he in the kitchen, all you hear is boom. What the fuck was that? Sounded like a steak just hit a window.
Oh, it did.
Holy shit! How do you I'm intrigued to see where this is gonna go to. Like, how do you comprehend? Like, you walk in and just see a fucking steak just. You say. It's just fucking, like, what would you do in that situation? Like,
I would have been the one to throw the steak, I think, personally.
My wife's boss heard the thud of the steak on the window impact and came quickly. She took in the scene, the steak sitting on the windowsill, the blood trail, my empty plate, and then gave me an inquisitive, puzzled look. I just don't know what to say. It felt like a minute of silence.
For the steak?
A minute of silence for the steak, please. But it was probably 3 or 4 seconds. Finally, the best I could manage was, I'm so sorry. I am such a klutz. Whoops! I'm so sorry. I'm such a klutz. I don't know. I was just cutting it and it slipped. Just ask my wife. I really am a klutz. Right, honey? No help coming from that direction. I will clean this up. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. ETC, ETC. Both women continued to stare at me like I escaped from the loony bin as I smeared the blood around the window with my cloth napkin, dusted off the steak, and continued to mutter my incoherent explanation. I knew no one was buying the story. And you know what I had to do? I sheepishly returned to my seat and proceeded to eat every bit of that disgusting, cold, chewy, bloody raw steak. I remained pretty quiet the rest of the evening. My wife's only 2 words to me since the instance are, I'm fine. So there's an update to the story.
Okay.
And the update was, just got the first post I'm fine communication from my wife via text, who was at work. Good news, boss's name, Francesca.
Everyone's Fran.
Good news, Francesca and I are having a good laugh over how much of a fucking idiot you are. I hope you know you will never live this down. Love you, you moron.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Sweet.
So
that's how I'd react if my other half just like chucked a steak at a window.
I would just like kind of look.
I'd piss myself. I don't think I'd be able to hold.
I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face.
No, because like you just eating it, just sat there and just fucking.
Like I can't imagine what the boss just like. They're in the kitchen, like making ice cream or something, and it's just. Oh,
the fucking gunshot.
like I don't even know like how you would react like coming back into that.
No, let's just clarify this. I don't think arsehole. I actually don't.
This isn't even, am I the arsehole?
Oh, I would say he's not the arsehole. He's more of an arsehole for the way he describes himself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm perfect and everything.
I am a perfect guy.
Yeah. I reckon if he had the attitude that he did there, like throw a fucking steak at a window, it'd be class. But the fact that he's not an arsehole for it, and I don't. So what was it that he fucked up?
Yeah.
I don't think he fucked up.
Today I fucked up.
In hindsight. Because everyone had a good laugh about it, and it's one of those things.
Yeah, but they had a good laugh a few days afterwards.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. If we hadn't had the edit, I would have said, yeah, he did fuck up.
Yeah.
But because now you can see that his wife and the boss
got
a good sense of humor about a fucking man throwing a steak at a fucking plate glass window. Like,
yeah.
I'd say that would have been a fun evening. I would have. That's the type of story you can just bust out at parties all the time.
Yeah.
If it's true. Which we know on Reddit,
everything's true on Reddit.
But if it is, then that's a hell of a story.
I think it's a very funny story.
Yeah, and it's also like,
if it was me in the situation,
okay,
I'm not afraid to like ask.
I'm not afraid of steak.
I'm not afraid of steaks. I'm not afraid to ask. Like if if this was me in the situation, I would say sorry. It's a bit undercooked for my liking.
Sorry, I can't eat it.
Sorry, I'm vegetarian. It's like why the fuck I told her this before I got here. But if it was me, I would just say, oh, sorry, it's a bit undercooked. But it depends. Did he say how he wanted it cooked? Because I don't think it actually says.
It doesn't say.
It does say that she had it medium. His was medium rare. Okay. His was rare. But I don't know if it's a case of did she ask how do you want your steak cooked, or was it a case of she just assumed they would wanted it? Yeah.
Or maybe she was intending to make it medium rare, but it came out more rare.
Yeah.
That's
like if it was me in the situation, I would
take.
If it was me in the situation, I would just say sorry. It's a bit undercooked for me. Do you mind having a bit more? Especially like if you get along as well, because then it doesn't come across like arsehole-ish.
Yeah, and I get that, and I know some people like I've been out with people before, and it's like you feel guilty about asking, but like I've always said, at the end of the day, as long as you're not a dick about it.
Yeah.
So I remember the one time, where was it? Yeah, I think went out. It was me, Car. We went out to a restaurant, and they took an hour 30. And I'm not super bothered by long waiting times.
Yeah.
But I know we got to a point, obviously, where you had to ask. You know, it'd been like an hour 30.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was busy. I won't knock, people who work in the food industry or anyone who works like in that type of environment, because you don't want to be a dick.
Yeah.
Yourself working there. You don't want customers being dicks. But also, you'd rather a customer be honest than be like, look, here's the thing. I think it was more an hour, actually. An hour and a half does sound a bit fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it came up to about an hour, looked at each other, and I was like, right, I'll ask. I said, and asked. And it was just a simple, I'm very sorry. Really overloaded you. And they were quite 100% transparent. They were like, we kind of forgot the order. So that's fine. It said, this is the order we did put down.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay. I was like, how long would this be roughly? And they went 25 minutes. It's fine. So we're not going anywhere. We got time. And to be fair, got it out in about 15.
Yeah.
So there's circumstances like that, and I'm similar to you in that regard. If I'm not going to be, just as long as you're not a dick about it.
Yeah,
You could have just said, "Oh, sorry to be a pain in the ass. My steak's a little,
it's a bit undercooked.
I'd rather a bit medium rare. If it's not too much of an asshole, if it's too much of an asshole,
just like a couple more minutes on the grill.
yeah. If it's, I'll do it myself. If you know, if you want to sit down,
you eat your grub. I'll cook my own.
because
steak
if she's
for you.
cooked the
I'll
whole
bring this
food
cow
all
back to
night.
life.
Well, if she's been cooking food all night, the boss, that might actually win the husband some brownie points with the boss as well. She's like, oh, you know, you lovely meal and all that. I don't want to be a pain, but the steak's kind of undercooked for my liking. If it's absolutely all right with you, if you're possible that you could maybe, you know, heat it up a bit more. And if she, you know,
heat it up a bit more.
Yeah, cook it a bit more, you know.
It's like just chuck it in the microwave. It's like fucking.
It'd be better than apparently what he fucking did have.
What a fucking knobhead.
But that's what I mean. But she, and then you just say, it worst kind of worst if you're a bit tired, because to be fair, you've been cooking all night for us, and we very much appreciate it. If I can just put the hob on, I'll quickly do it.
Yeah.
If you want to just sit down, you and my wife just have a chat for 5, and then I'll do it.
Yeah,
obviously you don't want to. You want to be careful you're not overstepping bounds in someone else's house that way. But the way it was described, it sounds like they got quite a good
relationship from the end.
Why the fuck are we deep diving on a fucking steak in front of a bastard window? It's not that deep.
Did he fuck up?
Yeah,
I'd say so. I say he fucked up.
But if you can have the sense of humor that the wife and the boss have, then
yeah,
I'd say it's a fun fuck up and not a life altering in a negative way fuck up.
Yeah.
So you got off the hook this time, steak man.
The final story we've got
comes down to this:
is something I found on Twitter, from I think it was from Wrestle Ops. Still haven't read it. Saved it. I had someone send me the actual link to the Reddit story, which class. So it is: my 26 female husband, 33 male, is obsessed with pro wrestling and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Oh, this is a throwaway as my husband is on Reddit. So the husband could see this at any point. So straight off the bat, this is something which obviously is quite interesting for me and you, because obviously we're both big wrestling fans, but is this guy more of a wrestling fan than us?
I don't think it really stems down to this. I think it depends on...
How much of a fucking mark is this guy?
What a mark. No, I think it's all going to depend now, off the earlies, before even reading it. This all depends on what she means. If it's a genuine... Because I will say, again...
So
this is coming from someone who likes wrestling, but I think this applies for everything. There's an unhealthy obsession you can take liking something.
Yes, 1,000%. So
it's just so we'll see. We'll see how much it's ruining the marriage.
Yeah. So this was posted 7 days ago, whereas the other ones they posted quite a few years ago.
Oh shit! So it's recent.
This is a week.
Oh god! So we got the scoop.
So this is posting our relationship advice. So we got to do our best to give relationship advice here.
Awesome
Shit.
I'll save this marriage if it kills me.
So my husband was into pro wrestling as a kid, fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back into it. I've never, all caps, never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of it. She's the asshole.
I wouldn't say asshole, but that's just more of a common perception.
A lot of people think.
Yeah, because I've had it a few times, even from my dad. It's like, bloody hell, you still like it? Because all my other brothers grew out of it, and he's like, bloody hell, you still like it? Whereas I think now he's kind of softened up on it, especially since the last few months. Obviously, sorting out to go watch events and stuff of that nature. So, and he's seen it more so for what it is now. Because I think he's seen, you doing stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he's like, oh.
So I think he commented on one of my posts.
Yeah, and I think he's even realised now, oh, wait, there's actually, a market, and there's actually, people who can do it.
Yep.
Which is ironically now why he wants me to go back and do it.
Let's
so
fucking go.
There we go. But that's by the by. I just want to know, again, all this is important, but the biggest thing is, how bad is it ruining the marriage?
Well... he has become obsessed and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable.
Okay.
This is okay. Right, so she doesn't feel comfortable. They're married, yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies, as I may not get all the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it. Right, so she's...
That's fair.
I get it. It's not for everyone.
But you don't have to like the things your partner likes.
No.
I've been fortunate that I went to events
mm-hmm.
with my partner at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean like if, you know, whoever I'm with, or even this goes for a friend group wise as well. Like Mr. Pez isn't the biggest fan.
Fuck you, Mr. Pez.
He isn't the biggest fan, and I'm not gonna like stop bothering just because someone doesn't like something I like.
But he's a casual watcher.
Yeah, but like I know he watched like night 1 of Mania, didn't bother with night 2.
Did he not?
No, but it's, to be fair, that is a long weekend. It is a long
It
weekend.
is.
Especially if you... But that's by the by. Well, when getting into the crux of the matter is that you don't have to like all the same things like your partner likes or your friends like there's bands and stuff that you might like that someone else might not like in the friend group. Doesn't mean you have to all be... It's way better, in my opinion, if you all don't like exactly the same stuff, because it's just a big fucking echo chamber then.
Yeah.
Where you're going, yeah, well, I like this. Oh, well, I like this. Or it can be a nice thing where Dragon Ball is an example. I wasn't familiar or a fan at, you know, a while ago. And you kind of get, obviously, told about it.
Yeah.
And, like, you watch it, and then you become a fan. And it's the same could apply with this. But obviously, she's not a fan, and that's fine. I don't think... That doesn't matter.
That's A-okay.
That's
Sorry.
A-okay.
Dead
the
Rising
mic
music.
isn't okay, though.
Dead Rising music. It started harmless enough. He'd watch the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he'd start watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night there's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. So I'm assuming that's...
Fair play.
Yeah, because I can't do that. So that's... No. I'm assuming that's WWE, TNA, AEW,
fucking New Japan,
New
probably.
Japan. Is Lucha Underground still going?
No, Lucha Underground got cancelled.
Not Lucha Underground.
I think. Yeah. It's not on. I know that.
So there's a lot.
The wrestling market's fucking bigger than it was like 10 years ago.
1,000%.
10, 15 years ago. Well, especially 15 years ago, yeah. Anyway.
He started spending money, I mean a lot of money, on merchandise. T-shirts.
Did he get a replica belt?
T-shirts, hats, action figures, the fake belts.
Oh, whoa. Replica belts.
Replica.
I know. She is the arsehole.
Yeah, now you're the arsehole.
Joke.
I was okay with this, as it was nice to see his passion reignite for something. He's been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing that he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's a part of the crowd, cheering or booing. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he constantly shouts out their catchphrases randomly. He says things like, yeet, acknowledge me.
Is this Riley?
Oh my god, it might be. He says things like, yeet, acknowledge me, you can't see me, etc. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along with him, like if I don't raise my hand when he says acknowledge me.
This isn't real. This is fucking fake. There's no shot. No fucking shot that's real. Someone's just... It can't be fucking real.
Oh my fuck, I've just read the next part.
Oh god.
This past weekend was the worst of it. Those of you who know it was WrestleMania. He asked me to refer to him as the final boss.
Fuck off!
All weekend. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because he said I wasn't supporting him in the way he needs, and that whenever we're watching wrestling, I look bored, disinterested, etc. I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week easy. Yeah, but if we're like, are we talking WrestleMania weekend or just in general? Because if it's Mania week...
Because the way she's presenting that's in general. I love me.
If we're talking wrestling,
I love me some graps, but Raw, SmackDown is enough for me.
Yeah,
I
even
just
then
can't.
SmackDown sometimes.
Yeah, that's because the adverts on.
The adverts fucking kills.
But and that's what I mean. This comes from someone who enjoys it, and I always try and watch more outside of the WWE bubble. But friggin' hell, it's like that Mania weekend recently with me and Riley.
Mm-hmm.
We were obviously there in Vegas, and we did Monday.
We
did Monday for Raw.
You didn't do NXT.
Saturday we did like the last 3 we got to the last 3 matches of NXT Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Then
and obviously go into
Saturday
WWE World
Mania.
as well.
Yeah, and went WWE World. Saturday Mania, Sunday Mania, Monday Raw. And we had the opportunity to go to NXT, and it was fairly cheap. And we both turned around and was like, that's enough.
There's only so much wrestling
I need a way. But I think that's the same with everything.
Yeah, 1,000%.
There's certain things I can do. Like, I could probably play like 7 Days to Die for like 15 hours straight.
Yeah.
But that's just because there's other things to do in something like that. Or like a game, I can kind of find different things to do. Mm-hmm. And you don't always have to play the same game. But like watching a TV show for me is difficult these days. Because I just need to do something else. But if this gentleman is watching 15 hours, fair play. But so far, she is 100% in the right. What type of fucking dork? Like
it gets worse.
Oh God, continue.
When this is Riley.
It's fucking Riley, innit?
When Jey Uso won at WrestleMania, he literally jumped on top of our couch, waving his arms. It was embarrassing, and I left the room.
That part I disagree with. I think that's absolutely fine.
I think it's like... Because like, you've only yeeted. You eat on Raw.
I just eated earlier as well.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I have no issue with the yeet thing. And it's in the privacy of your own home. You're watching a...
Yeah.
Like, if I had been home... I told you, when Cena was in the final 2 in the Rumble, that's the first time in a long time that I was, like, genuinely...
Yeah, like, on...
proper...
Because we wasn't together for Rumble. We
was we were on the mic on the PlayStation. And I genuinely told you, I was, like, genuinely on the edge of my seat, like, yeah. And that's the first time in years, probably since, like...
Well, I mean, prime example, look at us, like... Go back and watch it. Our reactions on Mania.
Yeah, but I also would argue, this is where the argument comes in against our part. The rest of what she said, I 100% agree with. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I know people obviously watch football, obviously in America, soccer. You've seen it when we've been on nights out and there's like football on. Yeah. That shit is insane, the reaction.
Because that's what I mean, like, going back to what you see in, like, he's shouting, like he's part of the crowd, like he's yelling and he's cheering and booing and saying all these things. But like, again, you watch a rugby match at home, you watch you go to the pub, you watch rugby, football, whatever, and like there's people be like, oh come on referee, what the fuck ref?
You get absorbed in the atmosphere, and I think if it's in the confines of not like fucking harming anyone, then I think it's
like fine. Even then, like the whole him asking you to call the final boss, that's a bit weird.
That's also hilarious, and it would be great because, you know...
Could you imagine, like, having sex and, like, everyone's like...
Call me the tribal chief.
Yeah, it's like, everyone's like, oh, call me daddy, and it's like, no, call me the final boss.
Why are they calling the final... That'd be great, though, calling the final boss, he doesn't show up for sex. Just like he didn't show up for Mania.
God, yeah.
That's why. He just doesn't want to have sex.
Speaking of sex, I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy. We predicted that, like,
oh god,
I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked a lot. I can't even say it, but he's asked for a lot of role playing lately as well, and has made me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling related. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's non-stop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it still affects him today.
Cody. Probably.
I'm assuming so.
Actually,
I don't think it would be Cody.
These were Roman Reigns fans, so maybe not Cody.
No, that was Sunday. So maybe AJ Styles.
Yeah, Cody was on Sunday.
Yeah. But like, but if he's saying stuff like "you can't see me,"
yeah, but also he just—I
don't know.
Apparently, he's a fucking walking, talking soundboard.
His mood's sour and he seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. Whoa, he hasn't been as loud and noisy as usual. So Reddit, I need help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the rest of the songs, he does their sayings, he's got all their t-shirts, he's even got tickets for us for the next show coming through in about 3 weeks. but I just don't think I can take it.
There's elements of it which I 100% agree with. There's like little ones that I disagree with on. I think it's fine that he's buying T-shirts. I think it's fine that he's buying things. Obviously,
you like the same catchphrase because we say that.
But we do it for it's a little piss take. It's like my big thing now. Whenever I see Riley, it's like, I gotta be honest with you, Honor, and I do my terrible Shawn Michaels impression. But no, I think as long as it's not put in jeopardy, like if they're living together and there's like they got a house and they're not making mortgage because he's buying fucking Yeet glasses.
Hold on a second. Where are my Yeet glasses?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll buy you some off. I'll ask this guy. You might have a spare pair.
Do you know what it sounds like?
It sounds fucking made up.
It does sound made up, but
I'm not saying it is.
If this is real, right? This is my advice for him. I wouldn't say leave him. The two things which need to happen. One, they need to sit down and have a talk. Be like, listen, this is how all this is making me feel in the minute. Like, I love you for who you are, but this is getting a bit like, not beyond but like doing the sex stuff,
it's becoming an obsession.
Yeah. 'Cause don't get me wrong, like there's stuff in there which I'm like, but we do that. I don't think it's fucking weird. But like the whole obviously like. Call me the final boss. I think that's so fucking weird. Like that's the highlight for me. Is like call me the final boss
of all things.
Like even then, it's like even during the like being like so even like during the with intimacy, I don't think like it's a bit too much for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm a kinky bitch.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't be going to like my partner and going, I want you to acknowledge me. Like, put my dick inside you. In all honesty, there's levels that you can take it too far.
Yeah.
The buyer merch, as long as it's not affecting you financially.
Yes, 100%.
Which these days with WWE stuff is
my fucking god, pricey. I haven't had a wrestling shirt for. God, I think the last wrestling shirt which I bought was. It's got to be like a Roman Reigns one from like 2015. Because even then, the last wrestling merch I own is an Omar stop, which I think.
I thought you had a Rollins stop.
I do have a Rollins stop.
Yeah.
But I only bought that for a Halloween costume.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't buy that because I wanted it. I bought it for... I mean, I did want it, but I bought it for like... Anyway. So the two things which need to happen. One, they need to sit down and have a talk. Be like, this is how it's making me feel. If he doesn't listen, then maybe it's time to be like, okay, whatever. Two, it just sounds like he needs a friend. Like, I know that sounds like... He just needs a friend. Like... Because I think that's what kind of keeps... Not us in check. But like, what kind of makes... us work with the wrestling things is like we can like bounce off each other, and he hasn't got anyone to bounce off. Bounce off for someone with that.
Yeah, it's maybe that and just other hobbies, I guess. Like don't get me wrong, I can understand.
I wouldn't even say other hobbies.
Yeah, but it is nice to have more than one.
Don't resolve your entire personality around wrestling.
Yeah, but that's my point. I think it's good because like. I, for years, was like always categorized as the wrestling, the one who just likes that. And then when people, actually have a chat, then I'm talking about other things other than wrestling, which is nice. Because I know we were going down to town a few weeks ago, and I think Kyle said to me, do you speak much about, what happened? I said, we didn't speak about wrestling at all. And so we spoke about how things are. We spoke about the podcast, like what we fancy doing for the podcast. Just spoke about random shit as well, and I was like, yeah, it's one of the big things obviously in the group. Of course it is, especially now the product's kind of changed and all that, and people that used to like it are getting back into it like more. But a friend maybe, but also I just think just branch out. You could do other things as well, not just the wrestling. But I would say there's only one way they can resolve it, in all honesty. And I think it's like a lot of people may disagree, but I genuinely think they need divorce papers on a pole match.
Yeah,
like they need that. Like
that's the only way he'll listen.
I'm thinking. Here we go. Actually, I got it.
No, like the four corners.
Yeah.
Like so the last one from memory.
The Booker T. is the Booker T match where you like get the boxes down?
No. So I'm talking about Cena Rusev touching all the corners.
Oh, I thought you were on about the San Francisco 49ers match, because that would work, because you got like 4 boxes hanging down, and you pull them down, you punch through, and then you get something out. And when it was, I think it was Booker T and Jeff Jarrett in WCW, and then he's like punches it, and he pulled out a fucking frame photo of Scott Hall. And then the next one was a blow-up doll.
Yeah.
And then the next one was something else I can't quite remember. And the third one was the WCW World title.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking divorce papers in the boxes. San Francisco.
What, all 4 of them?
Yeah, but there's random stuff. So
no, I say like...
They all got divorce papers.
What? That's what I thought you meant. It's like
no. Like, so he punches the one. He goes, "Oh, nice, a pair of yeet glasses."
Yeet.
Goes in the next one, a broken replica belt. And he's like, "Oh no, this isn't good, bruv." And
it's like, oh no, my hardcore championship's fucked. Even more.
And he goes like, and obviously punch the other one, whatever's in there, Viagra or something. And then punches in the other one.
Viagra
the
with the fucking Rock's face
divorce paper, and then holds it up.
So
that's how it should be.
I've scrolled down, and the first comment on it is, this is from Cuckapoo Pint.
It's what you said.
No, this is the first comment. Like,
no, this is what.
Yeah, it's pretty much like.
No, it's literally what.
Yeah,
you said.
so they've said, as a wrestling fan, my advice would be this: your husband desperately needs some friends you can watch wrestling with. He's clearly become a huge fan, and if he's dumping all of his excitement and enthusiasm for it onto you, then that suggests he has no one else you can talk about this with. My friends and I have pay-per-view watch parties where we all get together and talk about wrestling while watching it. Plus, I'm on a few online spaces that talk about wrestling too. Tell him to start looking for groups and friends that he can enjoy wrestling with. That was my biggest thing. He just needs someone to like bounce his energy off of, because he's got all of this excitement for it. Because especially with WWE in the minute, I think this
the excitement's still there.
Yeah,
I'd say last year was at the zenith.
Yeah, I think last was at the peak.
Yeah,
because I don't think watching last year, like especially watching like Mania last year and getting our reactions, like seeing something like, oh my god, fucking Cody Rhodes and fucking Roman Reigns, like seeing that come to an end, it's like, fuck me, this is like, but like seeing like where the wrestling is in a minute, wrestling's really fucking good right now. Not AEW. Yeah, fucking what the fuck? I don't watch AEW, so
you can't say it's not good then.
I can't. Yeah. All I've seen from AEW recently is fucking everyone slapping Ricochet's head.
Yeah.
For some reason, like I don't watch it, so it might be like
because he's bald.
It's because I know he's bald, but anyway, I just
bald,
think
apparently.
he needs a friend. I don't think it's worth ending a marriage over. You just need to sit down, talk to him, and be like, listen.
Yeah. However, I will say, again, is this a fandom thing or is this creeping into obsession? Because even with friends, then does that change the overall feeling of just being a fan and it becoming an obsession? Because from the sounds of it, right now it's an obsession. Does it quell?
Sorry, I've just read the next comment.
Oh God, go on.
Tell him this, and I mean exactly. You need to tone it down, or you've got a. I can't even read it. You need to tone it down, or you've got 141. No, what?
You got 141
one and a third chance of getting divorced. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you if you don't change your behavior. Well, you know, not every relationship is created equal. Usually, in a relationship, there's a 50-50 contribution from both parties. But I'm a genetic freak, so I contribute 75% while you contribute 25%. Now add Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-view, where you watch all day without doing anything. So your contribution goes down to 0%, while mine goes to 100%. So now you take your original 25 contribution and add your 0 contribution. Well, I take my 75% contribution and add 100% to it. It turns out that I contribute 175% to this relationship, while you contribute only 25%. You see, hubby, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you and our marriage.
Beautiful. You know what I'm thinking? Divorce is the answer.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect place to end it too.
It's over.
So yeah, I think that's class.
Yeah. Honestly,
I very much enjoyed that. It was long.
Yeah. I do think.
Yeah.
I do, in all seriousness, I do agree. If it is a thing of just needing a few mates to, spend maybe The pay-per-views are every month. Maybe you go over a mate's house and watch pay-per-view once a month.
Yeah.
Not saying you should stop watching wrestling in the house though,
No.
because most not every house obviously, but most houses have like 2 tellies. So you just go watch something yourself. Obviously, don't like completely ignore each other and just go do your own thing. But I think it'd be nice if you go watch whatever she wants to watch. Maybe watch a film or maybe a series while he watches Raw, and they come together at the end.
Or go the fuck to sleep. Then again, it's America.
Yeah, so it's like pretty early.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. And then you finish Raw, and then maybe the next day then...
Shag.
Yeah. And acknowledge the final cock.
Acknowledge this cock. And then all you hear is... Look in my ass.
What do you see?
Divorce papers. So yeah, that was Reddit stories.
They were stories.
We had some arseholes, we had some steaks,
and we had some yeets.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. Next week, hopefully, I say that now. Next week, guys, we got this coming out. Next week we got a new episode coming out, filmed back in October. So stay tuned for that. It's again a very funny episode, I think. Anyway,
I know. Acknowledge me.
Call me the final boss.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's so fucking stupid. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do everything what every other YouTuber tells you to do. Because my name's been the Final Boss.
Yeet.
Bye. No yeet.
Call me
the that's so fucking weird. But I know what I'm doing the next time I shag. Oh.